are Sarájanée and Annacrizelda, and this is Everything and No Less, the podcast where your favorite long-distance best friends talk about everything, from women's sports to Marvel movies to things we love, things we hate, and everything in between. Welcome! This week, we are talking about our typical travel day. Then we're talking about our carry-on essentials and our unspoken or spoken rules about travel. Then we get into some truly diabolical travel would-you-rathers, some of which have no right answer. Then we talk about our thoughts on traveling with friends, including a few funny stories from our Miami travels. We end it all with musings on who should join our travel crew.
Welcome, welcome.
Well, Sarájanée, this is a
We've got a
very
fun one.
special episode this week.
Responding to our current lives. I'm traveling right now. You're about to be.
I'm about to travel. And I feel like whenever I travel, I have so many thoughts and feelings. And I feel that it is only right that we dedicate a whole episode to our travel thoughts, feelings, rules, things that we think that you, listener, and all the people in the world should and should not be doing.
Very strong opinions. I'm happy to share them with someone other than you because you tend to hear them over and over again. And I think we're going to make a great contribution to society today.
It's an important one. So thank you for listening, listeners.
We're very glad you're here. Okay, let's get it started for air travel. What time do you get to the airport? Do you have like a hard and fast rule? Do you have a routine for your travel day? What are your travel norms?
So I am one of those people that I have to get there at least 2 hours before boarding. Like, I know that that is, for some people, that is like not efficient, especially if you're like a business traveler and you're just used to like walking into the airport, walking on the plane. No. I have to be there at least 2 hours before. So I backwards plan my day from that. I am someone, my father would get to the airport, like, no matter where the flight was going, 4 hours beforehand. He still does this. So I can't fathom being someone who goes to the airport with only like an hour before boarding, or like, God forbid, like you get there and boarding has already started. That is chaos. It's chaos.
For sure. I can understand that 4 hours does feel extreme, Mr. Puntalar. I'm going to be honest with you. That's just like a lot of germ exposure time. I
That's true.
think, yeah, when I hear people who are like, oh, my preference is to walk through security and walk onto the plane, my heart starts racing. Like, I don't want to be rushed. I don't want to be risky. Risk it. I've seen a few times where everybody else is boarded and they close that boarding gate, 10 minutes earlier than they said they were. And I'm just like, there are a lot of things that could come up. Then you get a TSA security agent in training and they're going through your whole bag, right? That stresses me out. I think historically I've probably been like an hour and a half to 2 hours before. Coming out of COVID, I always am like weighing this at least like an hour 15 before boarding. But while where I used to be like, oh, I don't care, I get there as early and just wait. Like now I feel more conscious of like, oh, the longer I'm in there, the longer I'm like in the chaos and anxiety of the airport, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
even if I feel like I'm prepared, you can see like the kids are falling on the floor and then like everything that's just happening, and I'm like, oh, I'm just taking this in too much. um so I think, yeah, like I'm probably like an hour 15 before boarding is my sweet spot. Having
Mm-hmm.
pre-check helps. I can like have time to do my things, get my water, use the bathroom, find my spot, make sure everything is ready to go for the flight itself. But similarly, I'm backwards planning. My like travel prep starts several days in ahead, like ahead
Mm-hmm.
of a flight, unless it's
Mm-hmm.
last minute kind of thing. But like I'm starting with my list. What do I need to pack? What's going to happen? What do I need to will happen at my destination? Making sure I have all of those things, and then I go through. Usually there's a narrowing process. Like my list is too long. I'm pulling some things out, calling some things, and then actually packing, realizing that I forgot something, making a plan to adjust. And then hopefully the day of, I'm just like relaxing, not really relaxing, but like slowing down, trying to remind myself that everything is fine until I get to the airport rather than being busy. That stressed me out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a several day process.
Hmm.
I have to take an inventory of all of the travel size things I still have and which things I need to get. I have to plan my outfits. I have to see which suitcases we're gonna pack. I have
Hmm.
to make sure that we have everything arranged. I also have to clean the house. I
Same.
have to clean the house,
Hmm.
which can take 1 to 2 days depending on the state of the house. Also, I have to clean out the fridge. This is like a new thing I've started doing the past few years. The fridge has to be empty when we travel. And one thing I've started to do is make what I've called an airport sandwich, and it is literally a sandwich that has leftovers from the fridge so that the fridge is totally cleaned out.
That's very smart. I'm also like a person who cleans the fridge out. I hate coming back to like really gross vegetables.
Yeah.
And if you've ever forgotten like some spinach or I don't know anything else, and it's like all yellow and ugh, just gives me a major ick. Have to do that. I also always have this fear that I'm gonna forget to take the trash out, or we're gonna forget to take the
Mm-hmm.
trash out and just walk into like a very gross smelling home,
Oh,
which
I hate that.
I do not love. I do not. That is a horrible thought. I don't want that at all.
There is nothing better than coming home from a day of travel and your house is spotless because you
Hmm.
cleaned before you left. It's such a good feeling.
It's very inviting. You're
It's
like,
so
okay, there's
good.
nothing to do here. I can take a moment, catch my
Mm-hmm.
breath. I'm not immediately triggered like, oh, okay, I need to do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
I need to resettle. No, I can just take my time. And I think it inspires me to unpack. Something I've been trying to balance out is not immediately unpacking, like sit down for 15 minutes, Rajane, slow it down, right? But yeah, that like helps me focus on like, oh, I don't feel like I have to unpack and clean up and organize this and tidy this.
Mm-hmm.
To just settle down, slow or settle back home,
It's a
slow
gift
it on
from your
down.
past self. It's very good.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. Okay. Speaking of packing, what are your carry-on and like personal item essentials?
Okay. So I always pack. So the way I pack is like all the clothes and the shoes go into like either like the roller bag or like the checked bag. And then always with me I have like my makeup, any like vitamins or medicine, any technology, like all of that has to come with me. Basically, I have a perpetual fear that I'm going to be stranded somewhere and I need to be able to have my skincare. I need to be able to survive basically 24 hours without like my roller bag. Gotta have the Kindle, have to have the iPad with shows downloaded because I don't trust what they have on the plane. Um, but yeah, what are your carry-on essentials?
Similarly, I like to have some tech with me. I'm having my like headphones. Usually, I have like my
Hmm.
AirPods and my over the ear. I call them my earmuffs. My like over the ear Sony headphones when I just need to block out the loud noise of a plane, for example. But definitely my snacks and my
Mm,
tea. Similar, like it's like those creature comforts. I guess I need to have a
right.
little bite. You can attribute that to Newark 2011. I got stuck in Newark overnight. There was no food, no water because some lovesick college student like jumped security to like see his girlfriend who was going to study abroad for a semester. Anyways, we all like got trapped in the international terminal, and after that, I was like, I will always have a snack with me. I will always
Hmm.
have a water promptly when I get to the airport because it was very bleak. But shout out to the two young ladies that I met that night who we like formed a triad, and we were like, we're all traveling alone. We're gonna look out for each other and take turns sleeping. What else comes with me though? I might carry on a shower cap
Hmm.
because they're like, especially in hotels, they're just never the right size, especially if I'm wearing braids. And sometimes nail glue when I've like done some press on nails myself. I gotta gotta have quick access to some nail glue in case one pops off. I was thinking about this the other day. I can't believe I used to travel with at least like two physical books. Now I'll usually have
Wow.
one with me, my journal, and then I have several similar to you, like downloaded audiobooks downloaded because I can't like read on screen that gives me a headache. But I was like, dang, I was really out here like the book I was reading and one more ready just in case I finished it, and then just carrying two books back. But now, while I like to think that I've slimmed down, really I've just transferred it to like a digital format where I'm like, I'm gonna have four audiobooks so that I have a selection to choose from depending on my mood, and I just know that I'll have some entertainment, some, reading, usually reading ready for me.
That's great. Do you have a special like snack that you only eat when you travel?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, it's usually something that's like easy, quick, and like not too messy. I try and also not too smelly. For a while it was peanut butter based, right? Like whether that was peanut butter crackers, some peanut butter dip, but we've learned more about peanut allergies, so I try to avoid peanuts because I don't want to
Oh,
accidentally trigger an allergic reaction or like
it's very
anaphylactic
considerate
shock
of you.
or kill someone. But yeah, sometimes I like to do nuts, like even just some almonds, that kind of thing. So that's easy, a little bit filling. Yeah, that's probably it.
That's very healthy. Mine is Sour Patch Kids.
Hmm,
Like I love a
solid.
Sour Patch Kid and I don't like have it normally in my life, but when I travel, I'll buy a bag from Walmart or not Walmart, Target the night before and I'll like have it on the plane. It's my plane snack.
When I'm traveling for work and I have like a per diem, I'm always very tempted to buy like the big airport bag of Cheez-Its.
Ugh,
And I don't
so
buy Cheez-Its any other time,
good.
but they're so good.
They're
So good. So
they're so
saucy.
salty.
So lovely.
It blows your palate out. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
really I feel like in my past life as a teacher, I was often eating like kid snacks just because like they were around.
Mm-hmm.
And like after not eating kid snacks for years and like having them again like Cheez-It, Sour Patch Kids, I'm like, this is so
This is good.
it's so good. I'm like,
Right.
oh, love this.
Yeah, it's like really good. Shout out to all the parents who are not feeding their kids those snacks now and like going for non-organic GMO snacks and foods. That's really lovely. However, this generation is going to miss out on the deliciousness that
So
is a Sour
good.
Patch Kid and a Cheez-It. Sometimes like not everything has to be super good for you. You
It's
know,
true.
you just everything has a purpose and a reason.
It does. Well, Sarájanée, do you have any unspoken slash spoken travel rules?
Probably a lot. It's like, yes. And I don't want to see my or anybody else's like bare feet in an airport. Really, any travel. I don't want to see them on a train, on a bus. I don't want to. I don't think I should see toes. Like, I'm not. I'm
I
definitely not wearing open toe shoes.
It's a dangerous environment. There's like suitcase rollers
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. There's like the people mover. Like they whip that thing around.
They
Like
do.
you don't want
They
your
do.
bare toes out there in the world. Like,
People are spilling. Airport staff are doing their best, but like, there's only so much cleaning they can do, right? Like, there's
mm-hmm.
just got to be a barrier. There's got to be a barrier.
There's dogs, there's children, like it's
There's,
no. Put
that's
your
a no for
toes
me.
away.
Put
Save it
your
for the
toes away.
beach.
Please, please. Mm-mm. People walking barefoot on planes. Ugh, ugh, ugh. You can always see the people who didn't realize or forgot to think about what shoe they were wearing when they were going through TSA. Like I see them sometimes and they'll like have their barefoot walking through the security line and I'm like, oh, that's got to be awful. And you can see them kind of cringing. I'm just like, I need an exception. I need an exception. Search whatever you need to. I've got to keep my shoes on. Although I heard that recently they're like stopping that rule
Yeah.
soon, but like the horrors
Yeah.
that people have been exposed to.
It's too much. It's too much.
Agreed.
One of my rules is no risky food ventures. So I feel like in the airport there are so many tempting
Mm-hmm.
food options. I mean, there's more like unhealthy food options than there are healthy food options, right? But I swear to God, like walk by the Popeyes or the Wendy's and I'm like, that smells good. But I know it's
Don't
not going
do
to be
it.
good for the stomach. Like, I feel like traveling with the anxiety, the plane with the turbulence, the recycled air, it's already taxing your internal system.
Mm-hmm.
And so to introduce a risky food venture into that is no good.
Can't
No
do it,
good.
especially if you're not traveling alone, right? Like
Yes.
if you're by yourself, I still don't think you should do it, but go as you will. But if like your time is connected to other people's time, no. And I think this goes beyond airports. Certainly in airports, one time, maybe I was in like Miami or Fort Lauderdale. I don't know. It was the early connection. So before 8 a.m. And there was this like person who appeared to be 20 some eating Panda Express. And I was like, eating Panda Express at this time of day is already wild work. But before you're getting on a flight, Godspeed, okay? But also just like on a road trip, right? You have to stop somewhere. You need a little
Yeah.
extra food. Stick to a river and a lake that you're used to. Not a liver, a river and a lake that you're used to, right? Like, yes, whatever cuisine spot might look delicious, but you're introducing your bodies to something new, to some new greases, some new whatever, new
Mm-hmm.
ingredients. When you're not near the
Right.
basics, you're literally moving. You're
You're
on the road.
moving.
You can't guarantee access to what you might need when you might need it.
It's a high
Keep it
stakes
simple.
environment.
Mm-hmm. Keep it
Um,
simple.
I just feel like that also goes for like I always see people like getting hammered at the airport, and I do not understand it. I'm
No.
confused. I'm concerned. What are you doing?
Right. And in today's times, I don't want to be the person that ends up getting like, this video of me being dragged off a plane or off the airport. Like, I don't think either of us would be belligerent, but I don't want to be. They're like, is she okay? She's falling out. She can't walk. I don't want. I don't want it. They're also very expensive to me, right? So
Yes.
I'm not gonna do it. Speaking of no risky food ventures, I do have a firm, strong belief in like having a clear food plan.
Mm-hmm.
Like when are we gonna eat? Some of that is aided. Like my snacks are a part of that. Having a snack plan, snack available. But like when are we gonna eat, or when do we plan to figure out what we're gonna eat? Right? I do not do well. My transition from like I'm a little bit hungry to very hangry and unkind is very swift,
It's a
and so I need
split second.
you know, I've tried to anticipate when it's coming, but I can't just as much as and I'm out here people who can just go with the flow and I'll do what I'll do and or I won't eat
No.
and it's fine. I'm not that. I need to know. I need to know on a travel day. What's the plan?
What's
What's
the
the option?
plan? What's going to be open?
Mm-hmm.
Like, where are we going?
How are we gonna get there?
How we're going to get there?
There's
No.
just loose concepts of a plan. There needs
Yeah.
to be something there. Needs to be something there.
Yeah. It's a necessity. It's a
Mm-hmm.
necessity. Do you have any
Yeah.
other spoken or unspoken travel rules you follow?
I think I'm always thinking about like bathroom access too. Like when am I
Yeah.
gonna be able to go to the bathroom? What is gonna be the state of the bathroom? Especially coming out of COVID, I just don't really love public bathrooms, so I have to wrap my mind or be mentally prepared for a shared bathroom situation, like multiple stalls. And so, just are we going to have bathroom access? Are we going to be out somewhere where we're not going to? So I can act accordingly or plan accordingly, and like rest and quiet time,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like I know some folks like never want to be like if they're traveling somewhere, they want to always be out and exploring. I need downtime. I need slow
Mm-hmm.
time, whether it's my morning time or just other moments. Take a little nap, maybe read my book, take a break. I gotta have some built-in, quiet, unplanned time.
Mm-hmm. Flex time.
Flex time,
Flex time.
for sure. Do you have any others?
I think yeah, mine is related to the bathroom. Like the airplane lavatory is a last resort.
Last resort,
Last
emergency situation.
emergency. Like I
Mm-hmm.
can't. Like
Speaking of backwards planning, I am backwards planning from when I anticipate that I'll be boarding my
yeah.
final like
Yes.
bathroom use in the airport because I don't even want to be using that one, but I have to,
But
right? But
you
I'm
have to. Yeah.
coordinating my sips of water, whatever I'm drinking, to when I'll be able to go. And even if I have a connection, I like to make sure I can go in between
Yeah.
connecting flights. Like, I don't want to have to use that airplane bathroom.
No. It's a mm-mm.
And the fact that like stewards and stewardesses, like if you ask them or whenever you read stuff, like what is the one thing you want people to know or that
Mm-hmm.
you don't do? And they're like, I don't use that bathroom. I'm like, all right, that's enough said.
That's
Y'all are on there the
enough.
most. And if y'all are
Yeah.
like, I'm not doing it, cool. Noted. Message received.
Message received loud and clear. Loud and
For
clear.
sure.
All right, Sarájanée. Well, we have some travel would you rathers that were submitted by listeners and also by us.
Yes.
So here is Eric's. Would you rather sit next to someone on the plane who talked to you the entire time, or they were sitting silently, but they had no shoes on.
Oh. So when you say talk to me the other time, all the entire time, we're presuming that like even my headphones and my fake sleep like won't
It didn't
deter them
work.
because
It
I will
didn't
close my
work.
eyes. I will absolutely close my eyes. Look away.
You have to talk to them. Or you have to look at their bare feet for 3 hours. Which
Oh
it's hard. It's
no.
so hard.
You know I hate seeing feet. I think I'm gonna go bare to be bare feet. They don't have shoes on.
Wow.
Because if they're talking to me, I have no idea what they're talking about. And for
Yeah.
some reason, I tend just to like bring out, like, people end up having like political conversations. Like, there was one time after, in 2017, after Charlottesville, I was in like California. Someone was like, "Oh, where are you from?" "Charlottesville." And this woman went on a whole diatribe about racial progress or the lack thereof in her lifetime and how Charlottesville was this like, you know, eye-opening thing for her. I'm not getting a word in, right? And she's just like, it just reminded me that like white people have so much more work to do. And I was just sitting there like, please, God, just get me to this coffee shop. I can't do this with you. Like that's what I tend to. Maybe I need to start lying more, like with like the nature of my work. Are people like, oh, racial equity, critical race theory, like. Well, let me tell you, right? And I'm just like, I promise I don't want you to tell me. I don't want to be a thought partner right now. So I'm gonna go with silence and the and toes. What are you doing?
Both are so bad. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with talking to me the whole time, just because I think that like eventually I would vomit sitting next to the barefoot person. Like I think eventually it would overcome me, and I would have to use that little bag. Oh, did I tell you? I saw someone use that bag one time. The throw up bag. Okay, she didn't throw up in it. She was so I was in an aisle and she was like diagonal, like one row in front of me. And she was like, she had the bag in her hand and she was using it like you see people on TV shows where they're breathing in and out of the paper bag. Okay, I've literally never seen someone in real life do that until this moment. We were not even in the air, Sarájanée. We were not even left the gate. And I was like, if this is what she's doing and we are still parked, what can we expect from this woman?
She's in trouble.
I think she ended up being fine. I think she went
Okay.
to sleep, but like
Okay.
it was like she was like I was like no.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Okay.
I
That's
felt
fair enough.
she was down bad. Oh my god. It's so bad. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have a would you rather.
Mm-hmm.
You're en route to an international vacation. Okay. You've meticulously packed your suitcase. Let's say for a week you're going on an international
Mm-hmm.
vacation. Would you rather have the airline lose your luggage and they're not able to return it to you, so it's just like lost, and then you have to buy everything there? Or would you rather receive a random person's luggage upon landing, but you have to live with only what they packed for your vacation?
Okay. If I will eventually get my stuff back, I'm going option B.
Okay.
Like, I will live with the randoms, hope for the best. Yeah. Because, like, there's probably something special that I want in there. Like, what if I have a favorite t shirt, favorite sweatshirt? I love my crew necks
Mm-hmm.
that's packed in that luggage and it's just gone forever? No. I gotta know I'm getting my stuff back. I can deal with a week of something wild. Now, it'll just be my luck that it's like somebody like MAGA and they got like all MAGA shirts or something. And I'm like, well, here we are.
I think you would spark more conversations with that. Or maybe people would
I
just
guess.
be afraid. They'd be like, I don't
Leave me
understand
alone.
this.
Right. Like, I'm just like, you can flip it inside out. You might have to
Yeah.
get creative. And yeah, yeah, I got to get my stuff back at some point. I don't know how I would do. Just being like, it's gone forever. That's going to hurt me.
Yeah. I think I would rather buy all new stuff there.
Hmm. What if you're going somewhere that doesn't have like big shopping culture? Like you can't.
I would never go somewhere without a big shopping culture.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm not going somewhere where there's not a mall. I cannot do that.
Okay, that's smart. That's solid. That's solid rationale. Solid rationale. I have one as well. I have two that are in mind, but I'll try to just stick with one. Okay, would you rather be rushing? We talked about like our travel day routines. Would you rather be rushed for the entire like 6 to 12 hours before your flight, for example, or your train, your departure, or have to spend an overnight in the airport? Like on the first option, you're gonna get to everything on time, but that like for whatever reason things just keep getting rushed. You're maybe like having to run through security,
Oh my
run to your gate, that all of those stresses, okay? Um, or you're there on time, but something your flight is delayed and you have to spend the night in the airport. There are no hotels available. Which would you rather?
oh my gosh. Okay. Am I traveling alone?
Mm, no, you don't have to be.
Okay. Okay. I think I'd rather rush for 12 hours but still get there rather than
Hmm.
stay overnight in the airport.
Yeah, I think I'm with you.
You know, my brother routinely spends the night in airports because it's like cheaper to book flights that have like overnight layovers and he'll
Hmm.
just sleep like I can't fathom it. He
Me
just like finds
either.
like a bench, a corner to sleep in. Isn't that
It,
crazy?
it is. I'm just maybe it's because again I had that Newark overnight experience. Where was the Wild West? There was no food. There was no water. There were miserable babies. Like people couldn't get water for their formula for their children, diapers. Like it was a
It's
mess because people
terrible.
also had already dropped their checked luggage, so they couldn't. They only had what they thought they would need, like for the flight, maybe for
Yeah.
immediate upon arrival. And so that's my mind. I'm like, I can't live in that chaos. Airports are like desolate places overnight once the staff is gone. Like they ran out of toilet paper. It's just, yeah, I think I'm gonna live through, outlast the anxiety of rushing
Yeah.
to
Because
keep
I
my travel day
feel
going.
like you talk about that Newark experience and it just like makes me shudder. And
It was awful.
I feel that it has stayed with you for
Forever.
all
I
of these
have
years.
not traveled to or through Newark Airport
Yeah.
since. That's how like abysmal it was.
So I feel like choosing the overnight with no food and water, I think it would make a lasting impression on my life in a way that I'm not willing to metabolize.
It would change you.
It would change me.
It would absolutely. I mean, maybe it was good learning for me, right? Because I was like, you know what? We hear a lot about, didn't have this language at the time, but like, creature comforts, people going with the flow. And I feel like it was in that moment that I was like, I am not a flower. I
I don't
need
flow.
plans. I need,
I don't flow.
I need guardrails. I need food.
I don't flow.
Not for that long. Can't just be out here living. That was reckless endangerment. Reckless endangerment. Okay, I have one more for you.
Okay.
At least one more. This was submitted by our dear listener, Aiden. Would you rather be seated on a plane next to someone who is a big, frequent sneezer, excuse me, like mucus spraying, they're just sneezing constantly, it's loud, or next to someone with extreme flatulence for, let's say, a 2 hour flight?
See, I know that you hate the flatulence because you picked a very short length of flight. Like, I know that you hate it because that's not a very long flight. Oh my god, both of those options are horrible.
Horrible.
Horrible. Like, one, I might get a disease and die. And die.
Or you're gonna get hit with like some snot, some spray. Like maybe they're not contagious. Maybe they just are super allergic to the fabric and the fibers of the seat. I don't know.
Listen, I am a person who I sneeze very loud in the comfort of my own home, but I have learned to sneeze quietly in public, okay? This is
Mm-hmm.
something. And I feel that people who sneeze loud in public, they lack discipline. Thank you. You can tell me.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, but both of those are rude to do. I
So
don't know.
rude.
It's so bad. Okay.
I would be in trouble because my face tells on me. Right, like imagine it's a person who's sensitive, conscious about it, and they feel bad, but they can't control the sneezing. I'm gonna be like, oh, see, like the deeper we get into the flight, the harder it is gonna be for me to control my reactions. And it's like the flatulence. What if they think it's you? What if they think it's you? Like I'm gonna want to.
They're doing it, but they think it's me. Oh, the people around me.
They're like,
this
is not me.
true.
I know it's coming from our row, but I just need everybody to know it's them.
Both of these are terrible options.
Really bad, really bad.
I don't know that I can. Oh god, I don't know that.
Maybe I'd just rather not fly.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the train.
Get me off the plane.
I'll just only travel by land and sea. Air is.
I'm surrendering it. That would be an experience that I think would change you. Either one of them.
Yes.
That would change you.
That's true. You know.
Oh my goodness.
I just feel like if you have a little baby on a flight, you might actually have to live through both of those scenarios.
That's probably true. Bodily functions.
They
definitely don't have any bodily function discipline.
No discipline. They've not been taught it yet. I saw this video on Instagram randomly, and it was this couple. They were documenting their first flight with their baby, okay? And the baby had diarrhea all down its back while the flight was taxiing. And I was like, what effective birth control this video has been.
Right.
Thank you for this information. I did not know that was, I guess intellectually I knew it was possible. But to see someone having to live through it was very
harrowing. And it's not like we have systems that are built to like help parents in that situation, right? Where it's like, hey, we can give you a bigger seat. We have there's nowhere on the plane that lets you have a private moment to try to deal with that, catch your breath, right? Like you're in the thick of it.
You're on a stage. Everyone is looking at you. Right. We saw you walk in with that baby. We saw you.
And the poor baby is just like, I didn't consent or ask for any of this. All I know is I'm miserable. I didn't want to leave my house. Like, I didn't want to eat whatever y'all fed me. Like, I didn't want any of this.
I was fine where I was. Why did you take me out of the house?
And now you're taking me in this new situation and my body is like, what's going on?
That's how I feel about flying with dogs. Like, I can never explain to my dog what the fuck is happening. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be like...
Dorsey is upset because Dorsey is like, I've got to sit her on this floor immediately now.
He doesn't sit on the floor. He hates it.
Otis is freaking out. What's happening? What are the noises? Who are all these people? Like,
anxious boy. Yeah, I don't think I could ever fly with my dogs.
When if it's a service animal, of course I understand, but I do often wonder when it's like people that are just traveling because they want their pet with them, or they have to, take their. I've heard a story of someone like, oh, they wanted their pet like at a wedding or that kind of thing, and the vet told them their dog was too anxious to travel, so they just like highly medicated. I was like, that's not right. That's for you. It's not for the dog. Like,
yeah, it's sad, but I just feel like. So it's a really big thing in Austin. I feel like it's like a big dog city. It was a big thing in LA. All these dogs wearing service dog vests who are like clearly not service dogs. Because if you ever see a real service dog in the world, it's so highly trained. Like it's highly
trained. It's focused on its person. It's not like interacting with other people. It's definitely not interacting with other dogs.
Yeah.
It can be very disruptive. I read something about that. Where like non-service dogs were like going up to the service dog, and the person who had a service dog had to like get the owner to be like, the other dog's owner to be like, stop, please, like I have a health condition, you're disrupting my dog. And that non-service dog was like, oh no, like my pet's just friendly. And I was like, you're missing the point. This is not about you.
It's not about
or your pet, right? Like, no.
I hate when people bring cats on airplanes. I hate it. like I have a visceral reaction to it because
Scares me.
it's like as someone who's like very allergic to cats,
Right.
I'm like, this is so unnecessary. And also, the
Yes.
cat doesn't want to be here.
It has to be miserable. No, I'm the
Yeah.
same. I like automatically am like, okay, did I take my allergy medicine? Do I have more
Yeah.
that's easily accessible? How long? How close are they to me? Like, is there a way I can protect my respiratory tract? I just, yeah,
It's,
the
yeah.
panic starts because I'm like, oh, even if I don't feel symptoms immediately, once it's up in the air and everything,
Yeah.
like, am I going to get to this destination I've been looking forward to and then have, full blown
Yeah. The
allergy issue?
fallout.
And I think cat allergies are like pretty
They're
common. So similar to
common.
like I've adjusted with the peanuts.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put other people at risk. Like let's be thoughtful before you bring your cat on a plane. Thoughtful what your cat needs and other people.
Right.
Come
You
on,
know,
friends.
one time I was on a plane and this freaking cat, like, it got loose. Like, it was like walking the aisles. I was like, whose fucking cat is this? Like,
And the person wasn't like panicking, like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
no.
See,
The
you're
flight
asking
attendants were
everybody else.
like, oh, haha, that's so funny. I'm like, it is not funny.
It's not funny. It's not funny at all. I'm not laughing. Fix it quickly.
Fix it. Fix
Fix
it.
it quickly. You also just don't know what experiences people have, right? Like I know several folks
Right.
who had really traumatic experiences with dogs. Like so, just don't
Mm-hmm.
assume. And this one person in particular was in grad school, and we were out walking somewhere in Columbus. They had like they were attacked by a dog when they were like 6 or whatever, very
Oh,
early, like one of their earliest formative memories. And so they didn't like dogs at all. Would remove themselves, go to the
yeah.
other side of the street. But this person, wherever we were, there was like not another option for us to walk somewhere else. And this dog approached them like very quickly, very aggressively, and they got very nervous. And so we were all like, hey, can you please get your dog? And my friend was even like, oh, I have a big fear. I had like a traumatic experience. Like, please. And the person was like, no, 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 this will help. My dog's so friendly and loving, blah, blah, blah. And we were like, are you kidding? Like, she just
She
said,
just said no.
please don't. Please do something different. Like, I'm not looking to be convinced or healed. Just don't make other people responsible for your stuff. You, your pets, anything else, like, don't do it. Don't do that.
Right.
Okay, so we know our would you rathers, our travel routines. I think, given the theme of our podcast and friendship, would love to hear some of your thoughts on like traveling with friends, things you've learned, things you appreciate, excuse me, or like if you're traveling with a group of friends, how do you know the group is like going to be compatible? What are some of the things you think about?
I love traveling with friends. I think that one thing that is definitely something I've been thinking about as we've been getting older is like as you travel with friends, like I think you just need to make sure that you have your own space. Like that doesn't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily mean like you have separate rooms, but I think oftentimes it does, right? Like you have your own space to like spread out and have all your things. As we've talked before on this podcast, you and I have a lot of equipment. We have a lot of
Takes a lot to keep
things.
this ship afloat.
Yeah, we have a lot of
Mm.
like things that we need to travel with, and I think that as much as you can like spread out and have your own space, like that helps to make traveling with friends enjoyable.
Yeah, I agree. Just a room where everyone can like retreat to
Mm-hmm.
have a moment for themselves, right? Especially if they're couples too. Just get your stuff together. But even
Yeah.
with family, like really, that's probably something I learned traveling
Mm-hmm.
with family. Like we are long past the days where we can
Yeah.
all be in one hotel room. We can do it, but if we want to keep the peace and have a more enjoyable experience, we need everybody to have a room, a corner that they can retreat to.
Yeah.
Especially if like something happens and tensions get a little high. But I also think about maybe like just interest and kind of pace. Like I
Yeah.
have friends who are definitely like adventurers and they want to see as much as possible, right? And so I'm like, maybe if this is like a calmer, slow down kind of moment, this might not be a trip for them. Or I'm just
Mm-hmm.
thinking about like, are there a couple of people that might want to do that so
Mm-hmm.
that, everybody can get what they need and probably just I feel like I try to do more expectation setting and maybe that's just for my own relief too, right? Like we don't have to do everything together. We
Yeah.
don't have to be all in it all the time. If there's something you're curious about, feel free to go on your own. I don't want to be responsible for anybody's like happiness
Right.
or enjoying of an experience, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I also think it's important, like that you guys have the same, like, vibe, like the same,
Mm-hmm.
like, energy, for like a lack of a more specific terminology for it. But I feel like you both have to, like, at least some of the time, right? Like, need to have a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of the same, be on the same wavelength.
For sure. For sure. For sure. For sure. For
You
sure.
know, like sometimes when we're relaxing and that's the vibe, that's good. And then
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you turn to me and you say, "Did you want a shot?" And I say, "Wow."
Sorry, while I try to think of a time that's what happened. Like that's the version of events.
It
And it's not you
is.
being like, hey, I'm gonna go get some water and coming back with, oh, well, by
Okay.
the way, I got us a couple of shots too.
That literally has never happened.
Except it definitely has. It definitely has. It definitely has.
It has not.
Okay, you have your truth, I have mine, and the real one is out there, closer to my end of the spectrum.
We'll see. When we make our Miami episode of the podcast, we'll check in and we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you, whatever game we were playing in Tulum, like, weren't you the like drink influencer
No.
based on the group of people? Where it was like you kept getting points because you were giving people
Okay.
drinks.
The game that you made up that I told everybody that we shouldn't play, and the only rules of the game were that you gave me points and made me take a shot.
The first part of that is true. I did make up the game. I did have a keen eye for when you had a point worthy behavior. I did not, however, give you shots. I have witnesses this time.
Oh my
I
god,
have
that's so
witnesses.
funny.
I will say, I think another thing is like having people or like similar kind of creature comforts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that can make a difference. Like there are some folks who, again, maybe are better with the flow. Maybe we call it frugality, and they're like, don't want to spend anything,
Mm-hmm.
happy to be kind of like in a smaller space. I might feel like on top of each other, right? But versus if you have folks that are like, hey, we're all going to be okay and feel better if we're paying a little bit more to have a little bit more space, or like just a different set of creature comforts. It's helpful when there's like alignment there, I think,
Yeah,
as well,
for sure.
you know, so
Yeah.
people don't feel like they're like sacrificing whatever their value is, whether it's like
Mm-hmm.
frugality or that comfort, that comfort.
I also think it's really important to be aligned on like your food philosophies. Like not like
Mm-hmm.
overarching in life, but like, you know, there are some people who are like, "Oh, I can just have like a granola bar and be ready to go." I'm like, "No, no, no. We need to have like breakfast. We
Yes.
need a meal."
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Oh,
or
for
like, you
sure.
know, for dinner they're like, "Oh, we can just have appetizers and then we can like, no, we need to have a
Mm-hmm.
meal." A
Mm-hmm.
meal.
Right. Like our Tulum plan, we were like, we'll make breakfast, and then we realized, like, oh, we thought we had ordered enough food, and we
No.
like had less. Like after the second or third day, or maybe the third day rather, it was just like, okay, we've got to pivot and come up with a new breakfast plan because we
Yeah.
are people that need breakfast,
Yeah.
and we ideally need it early. Like I feel like we
Yes.
stretched it there a little bit, but like when people are having 2 o'clock brunch and that's their first meal, we are not. That is not us. We have to eat by then.
If 2 o'clock brunch is my first meal, I'm dead. Like I've died.
I am unwell. I have, yeah, I am hanging by a thread if I'm still around. I have crashed out probably twice.
I'm nonverbal. I'm nonverbal. I no.
No, I'm not pleasant. I'm being quiet. Like the best version of me in that situation is just quiet. Just, and my face is still probably telling on me. Like you're trying to talk to me about something else and my eyes are rolling. And
I
it
told you
just,
I was hungry 5 hours ago. Why have we not eaten?
what is the problem?
What's the problem?
What do we need to do?
What do we need
Do
to do?
you have any funny traveling stories with friends?
Other than the game you made up in your head.
Mm-hmm. Yes, other than that. Mm-hmm.
Let me think. I think all of our Miami trips have been so fun. So funny.
Yes. One of my favorite, now that you said Miami, is when we were staying in, I think we were like downtown area, not quite Brickell though, and we were in a hotel that was like right next to the shopping
Stop. I
mall.
hate this story.
And we were 5 minutes. No, we were like 3 minutes from the dinner restaurant, the supper club. But we took an Uber and we had like pre-gamed a little. Shout out to Camille. She was with us as well. And so we didn't at the time understand why people kept rejecting. Like our Uber ride wasn't being accepted.
Yeah.
And then finally someone took it and like took us around the corner.
He's like, is this right? I'm like, yeah.
And we still got lost in the mall because we couldn't understand, like we couldn't find the signs that the restaurant was on like the top floor or whatever. But then the next day we walked back to the mall just to look around and we were like, wait, did we take an Uber? That was very funny.
Oh my god. I think this was on that same trip, but do you remember after dinner one night, we were like, oh, let's get ice cream. And so we like walked to this food hall and like we walked in the food hall and like why was it a club? It was like
yeah. There was loud music, people were dancing.
Yes, people were in club outfits. I was like, do you think they sell ice cream here?
Also very funny. A separate Miami trip. We were at either my birthday or like pre-birthday dinner, and you kept asking me what the plan was, like either for that night or the next day. And I told you, and you were like, "Wait, sorry, I wasn't listening. Can you repeat it?" And I told you again, and you were like, "Okay." I still wasn't listening.
You were like, oh my god, you told me again. You were being so patient with me. And then I was like, wait, I know what happened the first time. I wasn't listening.
You said it so sincerely, so earnestly. That was very funny.
I figured it out. I was like, oh, I know why. I don't know where we're going. I got it.
I got it, guys. I did it.
I got it. Oh, such good times. Such good
Indeed.
times. So funny.
Indeed. Miami is calling to us.
It is.
It's been too long. We've got to answer soon.
We will. We will answer soon.
We will.
We will. Sarájanée, as our closing question, I would like to ask you if you could add one person to our travel crew, anyone at all, famous or non, living or passed away, who would it be?
Well, we know I have a strong leaning for historical figures, but I think I'm going to say like Jimmy Butler.
Okay, yes.
I think Jimmy Buckets would be a great addition to the travel crew, or maybe like Naomi Osaka.
Oh.
I feel like you and Naomi would get along on the fashion style tip, But Jimmy Butler came to mind first. I'm going to go Jimmy B. What about you? Who are you adding?
I feel like Asia Wilson would be really fun. She would be so fun. She's very funny.
Very funny.
She would match.
She would definitely match the teasing vibe.
Yes.
We know that she likes to hang, and so maybe she would become the person that would be telling everybody to consume beverages, because we saw her do that on live TV after the Aces won a championship when she told toddlers to break shots of apple juice. So yeah, I think Asia Wilson could be a good vibe.
I think she could too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Jimmy Butler was my first thought, because we are the Jimmy Butler Yacht Crew.
Our merch. We gotta get that merch.
We gotta get the merch.
We know that he likes some matcha now. He's added that to the Big Face Coffee brand. Yeah, a lot of alignment. Jimmy, let's hang.
Let's hang.
We'll see you in Miami.
Let's hang. Okay, Sarájanée. I think that's episode 18.
Let's go. We are an adult in podcast episode.
We are. If you liked this episode, share it with your long distance best friend or your yacht crew. Thanks for listening.